Hello, welcome back to Epic Vibe, and thank you for joining us for another deep dive into the stories, legends, and unforgettable moments that shaped pop culture. Today, we're exploring the timeless legacy of Bettie Page, the iconic pin-up model whose bold photos, signature bangs, and fearless personality made her a cultural phenomenon. The title says, Bettie Page goes topless, try not to gasp. Take a look. But what we're really talking about is the artistic, vintage photography that defined her career. Bettie Page didn't shock the world with explicit content. She captivated it with style, confidence, and a daring spirit that pushed boundaries in a creative and empowering way. Her work remains celebrated today because it was expressive, artistic, and far ahead of its time, influencing fashion, photography, and popular culture for generations. Bettie Page became famous not only for her striking poses, but for the personality she brought into every frame. She knew how to blend playfulness, elegance, and boldness, turning simple photo sessions into iconic visuals that people still recognize decades later. When fans revisit her topless or near-topless shoots, they often praise the vintage artistry, the lighting, the styling, the expressions, and the unique way she carried herself. Rather than focusing on the clothing, or lack of it, viewers are drawn to the creativity, the craftsmanship, and the confidence that made Bettie Page one of the most influential pin-up models in history. She transformed what could have been ordinary into something legendary. What stands out most about Bettie Page is her fearlessness. At a time when many models followed strict rules, she embraced themes, costumes, and poses that were fun, expressive, and sometimes daring, but always rooted in performance and photography as an art form. Her topless photos weren't made to shock the world. They were created as part of a creative movement that celebrated the human form, expression, and individuality. And Bettie Page brought charm and charisma to every shoot. Even in her boldest photos, she looked confident, relaxed, and completely in control. That level of presence is what keeps her name alive today. Her influence can be seen in modern fashion, music, and photography. Many fans admire her not just for how she looked, but for what she represented: freedom, confidence, and a pioneering spirit. Bettie Page dared to step into spaces that few women at the time ever considered, and she did it with grace and a smile that became her trademark. Her topless photos, now considered classic pieces of vintage art, show how she blended boldness with elegance in a way few have matched since. If you enjoyed this look at Bettie Page's most iconic and artistic moments, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Epic Vibe for more timeless stories, classic Hollywood highlights, and deep dives into the legends who shaped entertainment history.